And now I'm wanting to go through the neck itself. So I'm hitting on the side of the neck there, but I can also rock back with the point of my elbow and hit up into the neck like that.
Oh, crikey. Oh. Hey guys, Ninja and Aaron here. Ninja's going to show you some really intuitive, innovative, dynamic techniques to treat neck pain. So if you like them and you're a body worker, be sure to click the link in the description, because our second intake of our mentorship and certification to be a body worker like we are at MMT starts in Feb. So have a look at that page if you want to hire Ninja and I as coaches. But yeah, take it away, Ninja.
All right. So yeah, I'm just going to do a bit of an intuitive treatment with the forearm. So we're going to presume that we've already done a warm up. So what I'm going to do is get straight into the good stuff. So with this one here, what I'm going to do is get straight into where that trap joins onto that shoulder bone there, and then sink into it. How's that feel, man?
Perfect, good. Oh, right. plenty.
Yeah, so I'm getting plenty deep. So this is all about being, you know, your ultimate effectiveness in the shortest amount of time. So what I'm down now, I've sunk in there. I'm just going to grab his arm, and I'm going to start working through like that. So what I've done, I've taken the slack out of the skin on both my arm and on Aaron, and now I'm going to start working through that mid trap there, just to go up the upper trap, right through the middle of it. So I'm really feeling that. So what I can do is start to maneuver and sort of intuitively push in. So when I'm moving this up and down, I can start to feel where the pushback is, where that resistance is in that muscle. So I can kind of tune in to where the thickest part is, where the hardest part is, most solidified part is, and I can angle so I can hit that really flush. So that's what it's all about, engaging with the tissue that really needs that that work, you know, to be flushed through, hydrated. That's the word I was looking for, and then yeah, start to melt it out. We just sort of get so much scar tissue over scarring through our fascia over time. So stress is a big factor when we're working on the traps as well. Like a lot of people carry their stress in their traps, something like that. So I'm really pushing through. So I'm just pushing through there. I'm changing the angles subtly, and just what is connecting with Aaron there as well. I'm just going to put this over his ear.
Oh yeah.
We practiced this one before.
Put it up on the mantelpiece.
Yeah. And now I'm going to start to work through like that. So I can kind of step up and get down into it like that, push up, and then I can drop it down to floss. So I want to go through this junction here. This is a really important bit to work through. We're starting to get in towards the true neck, like that, and then I can feel for the transverse processes, you know, the wings on the spine as they're coming out, and we can clean in there. So we can kind of do a little bit of soaring kind of stuff like that, and then really work up and into it. So now I can get right up in, and so you see how Aaron kind of intuitively starts moving his neck. He's getting a good workout too by having to push back into me. Yeah, that's part of it as well. Like, so we don't just push him straight onto the bench here. He's having to push back. Yeah, so I've got a lot of support here. You can see that my knee, this hand here is doing plenty as well, because I'm pulling back on that one, pushing up. And now I'm wanting to go through the neck itself. So I'm hitting on the side of the neck there, but I can also rock back with the point of my elbow and hit up into the neck like that.
Oh, crikey.
Oh. Right up into there. So I'm getting to the base of the neck now, but now I'm not going to just finish there, because we got that continuation of the tendons. They join onto the skull there through what's called periosteum. So the periosteum is a skin around a bone which continues on to surround the outside of a tendon. So there's no joins, so to speak, in the body here. There is a continuation of this fascia, so we can be affecting the tendon fascia, you know, that continuation of it, by going up onto the skull. And when you look at the diagram of the body, the muscle chart, you will see that there's a lot of fascia, and there's actually muscle up onto the back of the head here. So you can really affect that as well. You all right, man? I'm just about ready to finish this little stroke. All right, I'm coming out. How's that feel, man? Just move around.
I got a snag.
Good?
Yeah, really good, man.
So now I'm going to work from the neck down, okay? So just a variation so we can get different angles, but I'm going to use this part of my arm here. So I can use that part of the bone here. It's a certain shape that'll fit into there, but I can also use the flesh on my arm too when I don't want to be hitting bone so harshly and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put my forearm in here and I'm going to push down on his head and then push up in like that. So what that does, it's sort of like this scissoring type thing. I'm closing my thing together. So I'm going to engage with the tissues like that. And I can get a sense of where the real hard ones are pushing back, what part of my elbow or my forearm there. So I can feel through the middle here on Aaron. That's where I feel like I want to take that stroke. So I'm turning my hand around like that, and then I can really engage with it. So I'm taking the slack out of my own hand, but I've still got that same part of my forearm pushing against that part in his neck. And then I'm trying to slide it down. So this is where I can start to move, and Aaron can move a bit too. So we're starting to go down the neck. We don't want any wax on here because we want to have full engagement, really stretch out all these tissues. So it's all about being really effective. You know, and this is real bang for buck. It really clears out all these different things that are solidified up and melts them away. But it's sort of can be really tailored to the person. So like that, you can see, just see there that it's really stretched. I can do a bit more by pulling up underneath the skull. You can really see that magnifies that engagement. So it's subtle, but it really changes how you're engaging with that tissue. And now I'm starting to get down to some bony landmarks through his shoulders there. So I want to turn my arm around, so I'm using more of that fleshy part of my arm rather than the real using the bone in my forearm like that. So I'm really trying to stretch down like that. So what I can do, I've started to angle, I'm going to go down over that shoulder so I can really start to stretch him out even more. Like that. You can see that this is a continuation of that.
Oh, that's good shit. Oh, that's good stuff there.
What do you think? One more?
Yeah, go for it.
One more stroke. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to do a stroke that goes down through here into the front and then over the chest a little bit more. So I'm going to use right at my wrist here. So same sort of thing, going to engage up into there like that, pushing down on his head to really kind of get into that spot. How's that feel? Sinking in.
Snug as a bug in a rug.
Yeah. Jigsaw pieces. Got to figure out what fits into these spots. So,
your wrist just cracked then?
Maybe.
Oh, gosh.
So on this part of the neck, you don't want to push in too much. It's more about dragging and stretching. Okay, so we don't want to push in. You don't want to, because this is your throat here. You don't want to feel like someone's choking you or you're blocking the airways. And there's lots of nerves and arteries and things through here that we don't want to. Glands, so we don't want to damage it. So we go really slow, let those glands and things have an opportunity to get out of the way. And of course, this is broad. We can really affect and stretch out these tissues like that. So it's got a really good stretch. There's no wax, nothing on my arm. So we're just going at the pace that the tissue's unraveling at. It's got to get blood in there. It's got to get moving, got to get warm. And then it can start to melt and change. And that's what it's all about, is changing. How's it feeling, man?
Good, bro. Relieving.
So you do a bit of moving around.
Yeah, that's good. Oh.
Like that.
Yeah. Oh.
And I'm not going to just stop at the collarbone. I'm going to go over it. So I'm using this other hand here. My knee is supporting him in the back here as well. You can see that. And I'm going to go down over. Because the platysma goes over there and joins into that chest, so we can help that out. So if you go backwards as well, feel that stretch there. You can kind of see that tissue stretching as he puts his head backwards. You can go down over here like this. Like that.
Good stuff.
So I'm catching a bit of that front delt as well.
Nice.
There you go. So yeah, have a bit of a move around.
Oh, that's so free. That's amazing, man. Thank you. There you go. Pretty innovative stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is just the complementary stuff that you need to go through with your, if your table work isn't really finding the spot on that particular person, is it?
Yeah.
You've got to innovate and try and find the angle that's going to actually be the way to fix someone's pain. So this is what sets MMT apart. So if you're a body worker and you do want to stand out from the crowd and you do want to attract a different type of clientele that is geared around fixing pain rather than just kind of making people feel relaxed, we got the Bodywork to get the results. So if you want to get mentored by us, this guy's been doing it for 25 years. Just click the link and book an interview with us and we'll see if you're the right candidate for our course. And we'll go from there.
Yeah, we'll teach you how to do this, how to be effective, how to change lives. Most satisfying thing we can do. You know, it's helping another human out. So, yeah.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Let's get it done.
See you next time.
Done.